welcome back to another episode of Shrimp and Jazz. I missed you guys so much. We have so much to catch up on. The world is crazy right now still, but we will get to all of that in a second because today, I gotta tell you what we're making because this is gonna blow your mind. We are making barbecue rib sandwiches with a honey mustard coleslaw on top and potato salad. Okay? It's July, it's hot out, I'm sweating, I got these braids in, so let's get to it. First things first is we're gonna start on our sauce because, well, we're gonna start on our ribs, right? So you need to preheat your oven at 400 degrees at first. We're gonna get it really hot, then we're gonna slow it down. But we needed to cook the alcohol out of the bourbon just in case y'all got like kids. So that's cooking off. And it's pretty much done. I kind of started without you guys. And I'm gonna get my handy dandy, of course I can't find it, spatula. And we're gonna add, this is about a cup of bourbon. So it like covers like all of the racks. So we're gonna do about 2 cups of ketchup and I'm just gonna like put it right in there. And then you're gonna need a cup of Worcestershire, I can never say this right, I'm over it, I'll live. And then some brown sugar, another cup of brown sugar, and then we're just gonna let it simmer on its own, let it do its thing, and then we're gonna put it on the back burner, and then we're gonna start with our ribs. So I have my bourbon here. Y'all know I eye everything. Oh, y'all probably like, Victoria, get us some measurements. I will put the measurements up on the screen, I promise you. Okay, so ooh, it smells good already. All right, so we have that in there. So I'm gonna take my Worcestershire. Like I said, about a cup, just to give it that nice flavor. Mix that all in. And then we're gonna put it back on the heat. I like to add a little bit of onion powder. What you have right here. Just a little bit. And keep this out because we're gonna put this on our ribs anyway. And then we have our brown sugar. I fell in love with like bourbon barbecue sauce, I think when I was like 8 or 9. I don't know if you guys remember like the Jack Daniels one that came out. I never really liked barbecue sauce as a kid. I think I was just like barbecue sauce out. Because my grandma's from Texas and then my other grandma's from Alabama. Most of my family's from the South. So I know y'all just told me like that's the floor, right? And I don't care. And so like everything had barbecue sauce on it. Like every cookout, like I don't know. I like I like my stuff plain a little bit, and I like to dip it in there. But I was so barbecue sauce out that was the only one that I really liked, so I just stuck with it. Alright. So we're just gonna mix this up. And it's gonna get a nice golden brown. And then once the brown sugar melts down and it incorporates in, just let it chill. Put it on low, and just let it chill. If you wanted to, you can actually turn the heat off. It's not even that big of a deal. Just let it do its thing. All right, so we have that. And now we're gonna get started on our ribs. So I do my ribs a certain type of way. Most people like to take the membranes off of the back. I do not because I feel like it's like flavor pack on it, if that makes any sense. Like all this fat and stuff will like render down and it'll like melt and it'll get more into the meat and it makes it so much juicier. So I never ever cut this off. I think this is perfect. Imagine like just having your own installed flavor infusion in your ribs. So I'm gonna take my knife and I'm just gonna score the ribs individually. Keep it intact, but we're gonna cut down so that way, now that we're cutting the membrane, we can still penetrate with all that seasoning that we're gonna put on there. The juices can get even more into there, and it's just gonna be great. So I hope you guys are doing good. I'm trying to stay busy and stay safe. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm kind of giving myself like a little indoor picnic. I'm gonna set something up and just like enjoy myself. Self-care, self-love, because it's been one of those weeks. Y'all don't even know. Everything's going crazy. I finally got to watch Tiger King, which I don't know if you guys watched that. If you haven't, please do. Please do. That is one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. That man is crazy. All right, so we scored the back, and now we're just gonna score the front. Imagine owning all those cats though. Like on some realness, imagine owning all those cats. It's so funny how like the world is so like intense. Like y'all just have a bunch of tigers. Why are y'all like acting like a gang? They really be going for each other. Bananas. So to season my ribs, we're gonna use onion powder, garlic salt. We're gonna keep it a little simple today because we have that barbecue sauce waiting for us. And listen, nothing is outshining that barbecue sauce. So we're gonna do cayenne for a little kick. That's why we didn't put any in the sauce, because normally I would have. Salt, pepper, garlic salt, onion powder. And I like to use the layer method, which I'm pretty sure you guys seen me do before. So I just individually go one by one. I do sometimes make my own seasoning for like basic stuff, like if I'm doing like chicken or something like that, something I'm just gonna like throw in the oven like on a weekday. But things like this, when you have ribs like this, you gotta take your time, okay? You gotta show her some love, period. A little bit of cayenne. And salt. Over, and we're going to do the exact same thing. And then we're going to wrap them in foil. So pretty much when we do that, we steam the ribs so they get really nice and juicy, because what we're going to do at the end is we're going to pull the bones out and put it on a sandwich. So it's going to be lit. And it's so easy too. You guys can make this like all the time. The ribs take about 2-3 hours, but besides that, it should be straight. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. And we're lit. So now I'm gonna take my aluminum foil, which I have right here. Okay. And we're just gonna wrap them. Oh, I need more space. This is how bored I am, guys. These braids that you see in my hair, I did them myself. That's how bored I am. I sat in front of the TV, Indian style, and I think it took me like 10 hours. Quarantine, man. I had the time. So I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna have some braids today. I was going for Angela Bassett in like the Coven. So, you know, feeling my baddest right now. Like bad in a good way, like the baddie. So here. And okay. Perfect. So we are going to, man, need to get it together. Aluminum foil. Oh no. Moving on. Me and foil have never gotten along, honestly. You know how many times I've like cut myself on the like the little razor part at work? Sucks. Alright. So that, put your oven at 400 degrees. After about 30 to 40 minutes, turn it down to 300 and then let it just cook on itself for like another 2 hours. So we're cooking for about 2 hours and 40 minutes to 3 hours. If you don't have that time, don't worry about it. When you're putting the ribs in the pouch, put a little bit of water on top, or a little, nah, don't do, yeah, I guess you could do butter if, like, if you're really about that life. You can do a little butter if you want to, and then keep it at 400. Don't put it on a cookie sheet, just like put it on the rack It'll be done in like 50 minutes. So that's what we're gonna do. Just put these bad boys in. Bow. Ooh, guys, our barbecue sauce is bubbling. Getting all nice and good. We're gonna turn that off. Bring it to the side. I'm gonna rinse this real quick. Ooh. Barbecue sauce is ready. Okay, so now that we have that, let's get started on our coleslaw because we kind of want all the vinegar and stuff to kind of break down that cabbage. Some people like to do their cabbage the day before because it gets softer that way. I personally don't mind, but if you want to, that is an option. You can do this the day before. Let it chill in the fridge, let it do its thing, live its own life, try to figure it out, and then it'll be ready for the next day. So here I have my cabbage. I thinly sliced them ahead of time, and I took some carrots with my grater, which I can't find. And I just grated it in there. I like my carrots finer because sometimes I feel like the carrots kind of take over the show. And you know, it can be a very abrasive flavor, so I like them a little bit finer like that. So we have this, and then we have our mayonnaise. You're going to need, let me get rid of this, I don't need this anymore. Okay, so we have mayonnaise, celery salt, and the reason why I'm using celery salt and not celery seed is so that way it's not overpowering. So we have that. Honey, so we're not gonna use sugar today, we're gonna use honey because remember we're making honey mustard slaw. Okay, switching it up. I have champagne vinegar, and we're probably gonna do a little bit of salt. And this stuff can stay on because we're gonna use it for the potato salad too. Okay, so first things first is I wanna do my ratio of mayonnaise, rinse off my spatula. Ooh. And we're gonna do about 2 cups. You don't wanna do too much because the cabbage breaks down and it'll get watery. Because remember we have to add the vinegar and stuff, and the enzymes breaks it down. So we have that, and then we're gonna do the celery salt. I love celery salt. If you guys haven't tried it, it's really good. I also like celery leaves. If you guys have never tried that too, that's a really bomb one. Instead of, a lot of people like throw that part away. Use it, try it out. We'll do a little salt, but we don't need too much. But I like this because it's gonna be like salty and sweet, which I love. Mustard. If you guys are looking for a really good honey mustard sauce to make at home, I do yellow mustard, mayonnaise, grain mustard, honey, something with heat like cayenne. You can even do paprika if you don't want it too much because paprika isn't really hot, it just kind of gives you the illusion. A little bit of pepper, salt. Good to go. This already smells good. I wish you guys were close so you can smell. Okay, a little bit of pepper. Alright. And I'm just gonna mix this up. And then I'm gonna add the vinegar towards the end. So I'm mixing it first with the mayonnaise because I want to see how wet it is because I don't want to add too much vinegar. So that way it's like, you know, like, ew. I like my slaw to have like a crunch to it. I don't like it when it's like, I don't know how to explain it. When it's like, just like a glob. That's too much. Like, gotta chill out. This smells amazing. This is gonna be so good. With the tanginess of like the mustard and the sweetness of the honey, and then pork goes so well with anything sweet. This is gonna be amazing, guys. All right, so now I'm gonna add my champagne vinegar. It's lit. It's lit. I just want to sing to it. I'm gonna make a song right now about this cabbage. Y'all ready? Ooh, this cabbage, you're looking so good in this dish right now. We got friends over and we're gonna I'm gonna be on American Idol, y'all, watch out. Okay, so that's done. And we're gonna set this aside. So in here, I have cubed potatoes. These are about 8 potatoes, mediumly cubed. I boiled them, not too much though, so they're not mushy. They still have a little bit of texture to them. And we are going to make our potato salad. So I have 1 celery stalk, small diced. I have 1 onion, small diced. I'm gonna put in here. Some people add carrots to their potato salad. I'm not that gal. If you haven't gotten the gist, I'm not a carrot person. It's not my thing. So we have that, and put this here. I'm just going to. I have 5 boiled eggs that I boiled ahead of time. I took the shell off, and I'm just going to. Well, thank you for letting me know that you already did. You're ready to go. So I'm just going to coarsely chop my eggs. Oop, oop. The best thing as a kid eating this was like finding like a chunk of like egg. You know what, next I'm gonna make macaroni salad with you guys. I think you guys are really into that, because macaroni salad, what? You don't even know. Okay, so I have that. Sorry. That was horrible. All right, so that's in there. And now we have our mayonnaise again. Ooh. Remember, you can always add more mayonnaise later. So this is about 2 cups of mayonnaise. We'll see what it's talking about, and then we'll come back to it. And so, all right. Y'all better not tell anybody, because I'm giving y'all a secret, okay? So make sure that this stays between us. Mustard. Put mustard in your potato salad. I'm telling y'all, it is the bee's knees. But not too much. The secret is you don't put so much so that way it doesn't turn yellow. So people eat it and they're like, what is that I've never had before? You're like, They'll never know. Also, another secret of mine is I'm going to add some garlic, some raw garlic, just a little bit, just to kind of give it that little oomph. The best thing about cooking is when people eat your food and there's always something in it that they can't figure out. That makes people want to keep eating your food. That's what sets you apart. It's the little things, you know, like, I don't know, if you're gonna like roast a chicken or something, when you're seasoning it, add a little brown sugar onto it, just a little bit, just so you can taste it just quite a bit to set you apart. It's about being creative. It's your self-expression. It sets you apart. Alright. So this is 1 clove in the dice, minced very finely. Perfect. Boom. All right. So we have that. A little bit more onion powder. I know we added onions, but tradition. A little bit of garlic salt. I know we just added garlic, but tradition. Okay. Cayenne. Just to give it a little pizzazz. Or you can just decorate it on top, or with paprika as well. People usually do that. Pepper. And it's time time to get it pumping. All right, let's see. I love potato salad, y'all. I love potato salad. My plate at cookouts would be like 75% potato salad or macaroni salad. Okay, so we can definitely add more mayonnaise, I think. Hold on, and I'm gonna add some salt too, actually. Okay. Perfect. Actually, no, I don't need to add any mayonnaise anymore. We're fine. Perfect. It was all hiding at the bottom. You gotta scoop, scoop. You gotta scoop, scoop. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So, our potato salad's done. Now it's time for the main event. We're gonna see what this ribs are talking about. I'm going to toast up some buns. Oh no, some potato salad got away. Broke my heart. I don't want any potato salad to get wasted. Okay. So we're gonna toast our buns. I like the big soft ones. These are water Kaiser rolls. So yeah, split. And hopefully these are pre-cut. Of course they're not. All right, let's make 3. Let's make 4. All right. Cut these really quickly. Oh, they smell really good. They smell really good. I'm not really good at like buns. I'm good at bread. I'm really good at like biscuits and dumplings and stuff like that, cakes, cupcakes. But maybe we'll try together. One of the episodes. We'll perfect it together. Okay, I have some butter on my pan. And we're just gonna toast these really quickly. While we're doing that, let's get our plates. Because it's about to go down. Ooh. This will be for that. This can go. Here, because we're classy, okay? We put our stuff in bowls. We don't like just eat out of the pots because we have standards. Watch me spill this everywhere. Ooh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Okay. Boom. We got this. It was never a game. What they thought. Potato salad on deck. And there. I guess I'll push these back. So here's our potato salad. And I think I I guess not. But my Nana always used to decorate it on the top with something red, either cayenne or paprika. So my guests that are gonna eat this, hopefully they're not sensitive to spice, because they're probably gonna yell at me. But they'll be fine. All right, so we are toasted, and we'll put these here, get them ready. Get nice and toasty. Now, while these last 4 toasts, are y'all ready to see what these ribs are talking about? Because I already know they're gonna be the bomb. Alright, let's go. Yes! She has arrived. She's not taking no prisoners. There's so much juice, like just spilling out the sides. So one thing like during like this quarantine is that because like everybody's kind of been still panic buying, or at least like where look how it's just falling off the bone. I can't even open it. Dang. I'm so proud. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You guys, look. All right, I'm ready to eat. So what we're gonna do is, I guess we'll plate these up first. We'll do one. The fattiness of the pork, going in with the bourbon from the barbecue sauce, the tang from the honey mustard, the crunch of the coleslaw, the softness of the bread, the pork. You can't feel the texture. You just taste it. It's like butter. It's like eating pork foie gras. Absolutely amazing. I'm so glad that we did this together. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Please, if you guys end up trying out this recipe, I want to see your pictures. I want to see your reactions. How did it taste? I want to see how it tastes. Please send me pictures. If you have any questions, you can find me on Instagram at Hawthorne Chic Chef Tori, and I would love to see how this comes out in your home. This was a home run, guys. This was completely a home run. I'm so proud. So good, and I can't wait to see how you guys execute this dish. I will see you in the next one. I'm going to stuff my face and take a nap. Woo chow. This is so good. Rainy days, can't get the grill? Well, guess what? We brought the barbecue inside, okay? Period. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here with you, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Remember to keep smiling and wash those hands. I'll see you next time. Bye.